Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. Go ahead. Right there. 54 miles. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Go ahead. Check out.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
The first down carry by Elliott. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. For Zeke, one of first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Draw play, Elliott. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... This is caught inside the 15. They'll get 34 yards there. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Well, no doubt about it. They're pulling it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
On first down. It's Elliott, and he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On second and 7, Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Switch up, switch up.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Darnold now to throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Bell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. 2nd quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 33-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage and the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
There we go. Go right in. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Throwing. Prescott. Caught left side by Cobb. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Prescott from the gun. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the 2 teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. Being chased out left into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. On 1st and 10, Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Smith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Another try after the first down sack. Darnold flush to his right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
Back to throw, Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Check.
They'll run it with Bell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Now Bell. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 7 on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, second most in the league behind Deshaun Watson and the Texans. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Prescott now. one complete to Witten over the middle. And the ball is knocked out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss, the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Red 80. Come on, D. Mike 55, Mike 55. I got you, pop. Check, 55.
Darnold on first down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Intended for Chris Herndon. Incomplete. Byron Jones on the coverage.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
He can't, man. He's not going to get me. Kill. Red 80.
Here's Darnold. And he comes back with one complete. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Jets, first down.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
Following the field goal on his Locke Edwards to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Kill.
Final play of the half. Prescott. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Mike 55. Hey, eat. Defense wins championships, baby.
Darnold. Out left to Anderson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Point after now from Catanzaro. It's good to make it 17-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Watch safety three. 26. Kill. 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
56.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now Elliott. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On third down, it's Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
First and 10 at the 40.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. From the 45 on second down, Darnold. Open man here, Neil Sterling, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
On first down, it's Darnold. Steps away to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
We're going to start. Mike, 48. Hey, watch the lady. Watch the screen. 48. 48 to Mike. Here we go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Darnold. It's caught by Herndon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Mike, 5-5. Mike, ready? 5. Out, get him. Get him. Get him. Mike, 6-2.
On first down, Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown.
We got 6.
Robbie Anderson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
They start on the ground with Elliott, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Kill. Turn up. 57.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now.
47.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And this is caught by Witten to tie it in. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Here we go. Right there. 54 miles. Watch the run. Check. Kill.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Crunch time, defense.
First down, Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. Intended that time for Cooper. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now on 2nd and 16. Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Blue down. Shoot. Lady.
Now it's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down. Darnold now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Bell trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Randy Gregory in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Ready?
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. From just shy of midfield, Darnold. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.